What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I am the Crypto Vet. Thank you so much for tuning back in. I appreciate everyone's support. And if you like this content that's coming in on a not so scheduled basis, please hit that like and subscribe so I know you do, and I'll try to get this back to a daily video thing. Lots of crazy things going on still. We still have no decision in the election, more lawsuits, things like that. The vaccine news brought the stock market up. Bitcoin dropped just a tad. But where do we go from here? So again, like, subscribe, Discord links, Twitch links, everything down below. I will be streaming right after this video, as always. So if you have any questions on just random altcoins, you want to just talk about crypto and the future of it, or you just want to watch me die in video games, man, come on and hang out. But let's get started on CoinMarketCap. Currently Bitcoin's at 15,775. We did go up to touch 16,000, and we'll look at that in the charts. Ethereum's been on a little run again. We went from like 440 something back up to 460, and right now it's forming a nice pattern that could be leading to another breakout to some targets that I have. Chainlink up 3%, up to $13, so lots of good here, lots of good. The biggest gainers, Sushi Swap, I'm still sketchy on that, but you do you, boo boo. Ocean Protocol, one of the ones that we've been looking at, is up 8% here. Biggest losers, not too many. Some of the big DeFi things that were up yesterday are now starting to correct, in my opinion here. But these are not big moves as far as crypto is concerned. But let's go ahead to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now on the 4-hourly has been trying to form several different patterns. At one point it was almost like a wedge. Now we seem to be in a nice symmetrical triangle, maybe an ascending triangle if we were to drag this out, which we may be doing if we get rejected here. But I'm getting a lot of questions in the Discord of how to trade this and what to do. And my answer has been just, if you don't have any Bitcoin or things like that, don't try to leverage trade right now. Because one, if you're asking me questions about the leverage trade, probably haven't been doing it long enough to be successful at this, because most traders are not successful. Most studies show that if you just take your money and put it into the asset, you'll make more money than you will trading it, right? I did it as it's more of a challenge to myself to see, like, I can do this, I can prove that wrong. But it's taken me a long time, and I just recently in the past few months made it to where the losses I had gained, or losses I have finally made those back. So it's being smart, not FOMOing in, and not buying the top and selling the bottom, which tends to be the biggest case. So for right here, Bitcoin did come up and we did break to a new higher high. We were a little bit above where this was, right? Do I think it's the time to short? No, not at all, because we're in a bull trend. We are in a trend, an uptrend going to the upside. So shorting right now is maybe not the best idea unless you're trying to short within, say, this symmetrical triangle here, right? So say we have this and your plan is, we got rejected here, we have a long wick, you don't think it's going to go up, and your short would only be down to, somewhere where we have good support. But I don't recommend trading right now. But I will go ahead and give you my trades just because they are requested. Like I said, this is your own money. You can do whatever you want. And if you want my advice, that's the whole reason I started this channel, is to give you my thoughts on it. So remember, I'm just a doctor/idiot. So this is not financial advice. Do with this as you wish. But for the pattern that I last had on the Discord that I was tweeting out and showing, is that we broke out of this triangle here and we came up in a nice rally, which is where we're at now, but now we are finding rejection again at big even 16,000. So do we think it's going to go up, or do we think it's going to go down? Personally, I do think it is going to go up, but I don't think it's going to go up that fast. I think that we are just still going to keep consolidating a little bit longer. More likely something in along these lines. Actually, let's just draw a little bit further out. I think if we do have an ascending triangle, we could drag this out to the much further. So what does this put us, at the end of the month? We could ride and consolidate this. Most of the times when we make these videos, you watch other crypto YouTubers, they show these time frames and things like that, and in the end, if we go back to, say, we'll change this to the daily just to prove this point here. How long were we in this consolidation pattern where we formed a diamond, didn't know where it was going to go, came up higher high, then we had a lower high here that was almost a head and shoulders pattern, and we broke down, right? These things do not go straight up, and when they do, yeah, sometimes we miss out, but that's the whole reason why you have your risk reward ratio, where you have a bunch that you're not trading, a bunch that you're hodling, and the hodlers in the end are what's going to make this go up and like crazy. So I personally think that we are not quite there for the $100,000 Bitcoin. In the future, yes, for sure. But if this is the pattern that's more likely to play out, it's going to take longer, right? So if you're coming right here to put in a high leverage 50x Bitcoin trade to the upside, well, you're going to get stopped out somewhere right here if it does down to correct a little bit more. So just be very, very, very careful. And just an idea, if we were to set a, say, long position, right, and you were to buy in right now, which I don't think is a good idea, your time to buy in would have been right here as we broke out of this first symmetrical triangle. You could put your stop loss right below where that was, and hopefully we catch up, but the target is up here at 17,180, so you're still not in a bad trade if you can manage this on whatever platform you're using. I prefer Bybit. If you want to get free money from Bybit, I still get all the same promotions as most of the other YouTubers. I think mine's at around $500 if you did a full Bitcoin, but I put it down to even smaller, so if you put in 0.1, you get like $50. Just because I don't really want people going out dumping a bunch of money into this when this is how do you think Bybit's so damn successful, right? So that's just my opinion. But if you do want those links and you want to give it a go, all of those are in the description. The safer bet would be to go below the last low and go for the next high. Well, that doesn't really put us at the best trade ratio, right? So if you were waiting, maybe wait for a time when, if we were to correct, say you missed out on this trade, but just wait for another one to set up. Say you could get down to where this red line is on the VPVR, maybe another confirmation, and then you could actually do your stop loss a little bit lower and be in a much safer trade. Shorting right now, I wouldn't quite recommend. We are at a top on the 4-hour candle chart here. We do have a long wick to the top side saying that there's lots of selling pressure right here. So if you wanted to, yes, you could short now, but make sure you keep your stop loss. Sorry, the dogs are barking. Make sure you keep your stop loss slightly above where this wick is. That way, if it is going to the upside, you can cut your losses as much as possible. Stop losses are so important. Yes, sometimes I do ride my trades on stream to liquidation, and that's only to maximize the leverage at that point. But if you notice that the 50x leverage on, say, XRP, I'm putting $20 to $50 on the trade, and when those trades are successful, it more than enough to cover the margin, the trading fees and everything, and easily do 200 ROI percentage, right? So said just be very, very careful. But that's my take on Bitcoin right now. Personally, I don't think we're going to dump down. I do think that we're going to form a new bigger triangle in a sense. So like let's say we just keep it at a nice flat horizontal line. I think we're going to drag this out for a while just because we don't know what's happening in the world, and that's a huge factor. So that would put us at another 2 weeks, another week, before we potentially see the real breakout. And I could be completely wrong. If this is the start of the real breakout, if you took my advice, you're making money, right? You've been buying slowly, with the money you can, because I know a lot of people don't have a huge lump sum to just buy one Bitcoin, right? But then if you just take your US dollar, whatever your currency is, and you just slowly, drag it out while you're saving the money, well, you could have been making money by just putting in a little bit at a time. Just because I did have someone ask me saying that dollar cost averaging is actually not the best method. Well, it just depends on your time frame of dollar cost averaging, because if you do it over 10 years, then yeah, you'd be better off putting a lump sum. It's just the problem is most people don't have the lump sum. So dollar cost averaging is taking a little bit from your paycheck. So you make a little extra money on the side. You take your stimulus check money, whatever the case is, that's my point on dollar cost averaging. So, let me know what you think. Put your comments in the description. I definitely think that Bitcoin's going to go up. I just don't think it's going to be quite today, personally. So, some will call me bearish, but, I just don't want people to hop in and bet the farm on leverage trades just because we set a little bit of a higher high. I can't tell you how many times I've done these videos and these charts or explained this on Twitch where, yeah, I've seen this, and it's just longer consolidation, because right now a lot of people are holding Bitcoin, a lot of people are waiting to become rich, and with that sense, there's a lot of people who lost money in Bitcoin and they're ready to get their money out or take profits or in successful trades. So just got to remember, this is a much bigger picture than just it's going to the moon. So that's going to do it for the day. I'll try to get another video out either later tonight or tomorrow with Ethereum and XRP. The price targets that I currently have for them are all in my Discord, so be sure to like, subscribe, join on that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.